So it is now, what's the date today? September 9th? September 9th. And a lot of potatoes that I planted are ready to harvest. So Jeannie, my sister-in-law, is here and she's gonna help harvest some potatoes this year. And I've got, I think there's 6 different varieties. I've got just your regular reds and whites and Yukon Golds. And then I have some little tiny, I think they're called little gems, that are just grocery store potatoes that we had some leftover that were too old for us to use, so I planted them in here just to see what would happen. And they did come up, and they're little tiny plants, but we'll see what we get. These, over on this end, are purple fingerling potatoes that I got from a seed exchange, and they have just, they're like overtaking this whole side of the garden. So I don't know, they don't seem to be dying off, so I'm just going to harvest them as they are. And would you like to be the digger or the picker?
Oh, I'll be a digger.
Oh, okay. The fork is right there.
There it is. Oh, nice sand.
Get rid of the tops maybe first. That might be easier.
You just do the whole area then?
Yeah, just dig.
I'll even back up a little. See if there's more.
What's this? Oh, no. This is a clump of dirt.
Got all excited about that clump of dirt.
I did.
I mean, soil.
Oh,
no! Skewered! There we are.
We'll keep that one separate. Oh, Jeannie! You're killing them.
Well, until they develop potato radar, we are sadly out of luck. This is
well, it'd be better too if they weren't so randomly planted, I'm sure. There we go. There's some potatoes there. Nice little perfect size potatoes. I didn't plan on planting potatoes in this garden at all initially, so. Oh, this is not looking good, is it? These purple potatoes, I think we're just gonna cut all the tops off and then dig. You want to cut or you want to pile?
I'll pile.
This bed here has no logs, and this is soil all the way to the bottom, so maybe that made a difference in the size of these potatoes. Oh my goodness, Jeannie.
I'm sure it made a difference how deep we're digging now.
Look at that.
Oh my.
They're just hanging off there.
Well, that's an interesting shape for food.
Isn't it though? Show those to the people up close on the camera. Weird. They look like poop. Don't
I
they?
wasn't going to say it, but you're right.
Yeah, what a difference it makes when your soil goes all the way down.
That's quite a yield so far.
Yeah. Holy, look at them all. Crazy number of potatoes.
That is a beautiful thing.
They all look like poop.
I'm sure they taste a lot better.
I hope so. Last one. So there's our purple, we got way more purple potatoes than we did the whole rest of the bed from our yellows and reds. We got some decent size red potatoes. The little gem potatoes, they're like, these are the large ones. Most of them are like this, little teeny tiny things. But I think we got enough for one meal out of those. And just regular, I think they're Yukon Gold or yellow flash potatoes, a few of those, enough for a couple meals, which is fine. But the purple potatoes, wow, these fingerlings, they're fantastic. This one I stabbed, so where's my knife? Let's cut it open. You want to cut it open? Right. You can have the honors, Jeannie, so we can see what one of those things look like on the inside.
I'm her favorite.
You are. She's my favorite. Right now. I don't play favorites.
No, you work us.
Ooh. That is really cool. Look at that color. I don't know if you can see it on the camera. Dark, dark purple. Kind of smells like a potato.
That's what I was hoping.
Yeah. Yeah, they look like look at these. These are like...
It smells a little like red beet as well.
Yeah, that's kind of something.
It tastes a little sweet and a little starchy like a potato should.
Good. And they all look like poop.
They taste much better.
I hope they taste better.
That was the plan.
Yeah. These sunflowers that we have here, I think the tallest one is probably 8 feet tall. And I just got some random seeds. I had no idea what kind they were, what they were going to do, so I just planted them here to see what would happen. And this is what happened. So we're gonna have some sunflower seeds for the birds, I hope. All right, here you go. So there's Jeannie. How tall are you, Jeannie?
I am 5'6½".
Hey, same as me.
Which is about 168 centimeters.
So, and then the tallest sunflower is, I'm gonna guess that thing is almost 12 feet tall, Jeannie, the tallest one.
So it's more than twice my height. That's crazy.
There, Jeannie and I just measured it. The tallest one is 11.5 feet tall. So standing on the ground, you gotta add another 2 feet. So I guess it's like 13 feet tall. That's pretty cool. So I know I haven't done a garden update in a very long time. My beets, I've harvested a bunch of these already. As they grow, I harvest them and thin them out and give them more room to grow. So I'm going to harvest them all at some point, and I'm going to do some pickled beets with all these. The pepper plants. It has been really, really dry. So I've been watering like crazy. I've run out of water in my 250-gallon tank a few times. And then it fills up pretty fast when we get, like if we get a ½ inch of rain, it overfills that barrel quickly. So generally, we're pretty good with the water, but these peppers are doing so well. They're starting to turn, some of them are starting to turn red. Peppers are fantastic. They're just beautiful. Side there, there's one that's beautifully red. A couple more. There's probably 100 peppers in here. And the little store-bought mini peppers that I bought, they're doing really well too. There's a lot of little peppers on there. And my Emerite pole beans, I am not disappointed with these. It's been dry, so they're not producing as much as they should. I've harvested a lot already, and I've just blanched them and put them in the freezer. But they're just such a beautiful, beautiful bean. This is actually kind of a short one, a young one, and they're not as beany, I guess, just as a word. I don't know. They're a little bit milder bean flavor than regular, like a bush bean or something, but very prolific. Really, really get a lot of beans out of a few plants. My tomatoes, wow. I've been pruning them, so all the lower leaves are off. But these are the store-bought grape tomatoes that I bought and saved the seeds from. They are quite prolific, and we're just picking them as they ripen, and pretty much eating them like candy because they're that sweet and delicious. The beefsteaks, I'm not sure that these are actual beefsteak or not because they're not very big, but the plant in the back has got gigantic tomatoes on it. They're gigantic. They're huge. Beautiful. And these are my Ace 55s. They did split a little bit because it's been dry and I watered them, but they're really nice. A bunch of those as well. These are my Cherokee chocolate. I'm not sure what they look like when they're ripe. I don't think they're going to get much redder than this, but they're a wacky looking thing. Weird shapes and sizes. And the Japanese black back here. These are almost ripe as well. They're a little bit green on the top. These are the Baxter Bush tomatoes. They have gone beautiful. I've harvested probably 100 of them by now, and they just keep going, just keep producing more and more. And my cucumbers, pickling cucumbers, I've harvested all that I want for my pickles, so I'm just letting these kind of go, and they're going into seed. I don't know if I'm going to save the seeds from these or not because I do have other cucumbers, just regular slicing cucumbers in the other bed. So I don't know if they're cross-pollinated or not. I will probably not save these seeds. The peas are all done. And I have 3 different varieties here, so I'm not saving these seeds either. Carrots. They are doing well. Like, I don't have near the number of carrots I did last year, but the ones I do have, they're actually growing, pushing themselves up out of the ground because they're getting so big. I don't know how long, like normally I would leave them in here until when, like mid-October, end of October, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to leave them in because they just keep pushing up. My watermelon, I've got some watermelon this year. There's another one right there. There's probably 10 down there. They're about this big. And my muskmelon, not great either. Butternut squash. Last year I think I had 1 squash on all the plants I had. This year definitely an improvement. There's 3 right here. And there's another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 6 more down here. And one spaghetti squash. Raspberries. The fall berries are starting to come on strong. I hope we get some decent berries. Like I said, the watering has been a kind of an issue. We water them as much as we can. We didn't get a lot of our summer berries because the squirrels. Yeah, like we just find raspberries scattered all over the ground. The squirrels are coming in, picking them off, taking off with them. So the number of berries we thought we were going to have mostly just went to the squirrels. And my quick fix for the, oh look, there's a berry squash right there. Anyway, the fix I did for the compost seems to be keeping this troublemaker out. I'm sure he's not happy about it, but time to pull the peas. Oh, yeah, I don't know if I ever mentioned my ties, what I use to tie up my plants. What these are are little strips of t-shirt material. They are nice and stretchy, so they don't hurt your plants if your plants start to grow. And yeah, they'll last for 2 or 3 years. So I just have got an old t-shirt, cut it in about 1-inch strips, and then pull it tight, and they curl up like this, and there are fantastic little ties for tying up plants. They don't hurt the plant because they're nice and soft, and they're very stretchy. So yeah, I think this is an awesome solution. I harvested the onions, pretty much did exactly the same as I did with the garlic. Harvested them, hung them up to cure for a week or so. Garlic I actually did a lot longer than the onions. Now it's time to get these cleaned up a little bit, lay them out so the stems can dry a little bit more, and then get them into storage. So I got 10, 20, 30, 35 onions, which is 35 onions more than I had last year. Because last year I had 0. What I want, these stems here need to be dry before I store them. And they're not drying properly, hanging up the way they were, so I'm just going to do this and set them out somewhere so that they can dry completely. And then I'm going to put them away basically the same way as I did the garlic. I'm not worried about the dirt on them either, not a big deal. There, so we'll just lay these out somewhere to finish drying.